that special intro means one thing and one thing only.
It means that the Battery Podcast is back
In full effect.
Yep, and it's.
I wanted to disrespect
interesting. Don't see.
Okay.
See, that's where things get cloudy. You shouldn't be disrespecting the anthem. Now, if you want to disrespect the anthem, that's one thing. But let's keep it fun and let's have light. And
that's why I did that intro.
Yeah, we're not. I don't want to say we're disrespecting the anthem because that's not what it is. Like,
it's not.
I'm an American.
But that was the only way for me to
kind of
lead into the show,
poke fun at what's going on.
Exactly.
And like the things that the president has said.
Yeah. Like I told Rick before we started the show, before we even recorded, before we even talked about what we were going to do, I said that this was going to be a political show.
Right.
This episode is going to get pretty political. Obviously, with the national anthem leading us in, and we cut that off real quick. There's some stuff going on in this country that
just a tad.
It can't be ignored anymore.
Just a little bit.
Like, this is bad.
Oh, it's awful.
It's not getting better on its own.
It's absolutely terrible, the things that are going on right now. And it's crazy in literally a span of the last 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Donald Trump
I'll
just say the president has just said things that regarding sports, nonetheless. Like, his job is to, the betterment of the country and the economical side and the political side. All that's his job. He's dove over into the sports world for the last 48 hours. I just don't get why. Like, it's made absolutely no sense.
I'll tell you
some
exactly
of the things
why.
he said are idiotic.
I'll tell you exactly why he said what he said and where he said it.
From a white supremacist standpoint. That's
Alabama.
Exactly why he said. Oh, he was in Alabama.
Yeah,
I did see that.
That's exactly why he said what he said. The dude came out and called people who would rather stand up for what's right sons of bitches for no reason, and it was because
absolutely none. When the people in Charlottesville were good people on both sides.
Yeah.
When that thing in Charlottesville happened.
And those people weren't standing up for what was right.
But now we're talking about, just to play devil's advocate, right?
Don't do that. Not on this topic. There's no devil's advocate on this one.
But just let me finish, though. Okay? Just to play devil's advocate.
Don't do that.
If you want to...
I'm going to say it every time you say devil's advocate.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say what I'm going to say then.
And I'm going to say...
I'm not going to say devil's advocate. Okay.
But get it out.
Let's say those people were standing up for quote unquote what they thought was right, right? The way that they were doing it was in a violent manner, in a hateful manner, all this other stuff, right? The NFL or anybody that's been protesting, what they're standing up, the way they're standing up for what's right is by simply taking a knee.
Yep.
That's
been that way for a year.
Taking a knee, locking arms, whatever. Okay. Those people in Charlottesville, they're good people on both sides. But these people here are sons of bitches. Fire them, make them lose their jobs, all this other stuff. That's why it's different. I mean, it's different, but it's much more worse for him to say what he said on Friday. I was pissed when he said that thing in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Because good people don't think like that.
No.
But when you come at these people and want them to lose jobs and livelihoods for simply standing up for what they believe in, you're overstepping your bounds, Mr. President.
It's actually illegal for anybody from government to request a private entity or to influence a private entity's hiring decisions or personnel decisions.
They've done it multiple times now. Then
this is illegal. This is not the first crime this man has committed since taking office.
But that's the problem. He's doing this and he's doing it publicly, and nobody's saying anything about it.
That's the problem. There is a giant race problem in this country, and we're going to address it right here on this show. We kind of started already. We didn't even really ease you in. We just went right in.
We just threw it at you.
Yeah. Really just gave it to you.
I just wanted to play devil's advocate, and I'm glad
not
you
on
let
this
me
show.
finish. I'm glad you let me finish my point.
Don't say
because it was a
devil's
good
advocate.
point, right?
Sure, just let's not use devil's advocate. Make it seem like you empathize where they
Well,
come
if somebody would listen to the point I'm making, just like you did,
well,
then
when
we'll
you
be
say
fine.
to play devil's advocate, it implies you're about to empathize with that other side. We don't need to empathize at all.
I'm not empathizing
the
with that
people in
side.
Charlottesville.
I'm just giving a
But
different perspective.
I'm letting you are the math guy. I'm the English guy. Stop trying to use big words and fancy phrases. You cut it out. I'll stop doing, Pythagorean theorem.
Okay.
You leave the big words and phrases alone. Like I said,
I'm playing devil's advocate.
not on
Whenever
this
I
show.
want.
No,
Whenever I want.
no devil's
Whenever I
advocates
want.
here.
Whenever I want.
But yeah, so within 48 hours, Donald Trump has now attacked 2 sports leagues.
Two.
And he's attacked some of the bigger faces in
those
the
two
other
sports
one.
leagues.
And
it's stupid. That's dumb. He really messed up because as far as the 3 major sports, right? Basketball, football, baseball.
Yep.
So
much to talk about.
I hate Roger Goodell as far as the commissioner. Robert Manfred just got there. I don't really have much to say about him. Adam Silver has also just gotten there, but I feel like the NBA commissioners are always just amazing.
Yeah.
And he released
Well, I know
statement.
David Stern was not popular amongst the players.
Really?
Yes. David
Okay.
West used to flame him on Twitter.
Well, I feel like David
That shit
West
was
would
so
flame
funny.
anybody. Me and Dante talk about it all the time. David West just seems like a scary person.
Yeah.
Like
He knew David Stern wasn't going to mess with him at 5'8". Or maybe
Is he that tall?
Yeah, if he's that
I don't
tall.
think he's that tall.
They list
But-
Jose Altuve at 5'8", so David Stern gets the same.
Yeah, well, okay, whatever. But Adam Silver came out, and I love the statement that he put out. Did you
Didn't
see it?
see an NBA tweet.
Okay.
Or an NBA statement.
Okay, well, he said something along the lines of, and I obviously don't want to mess it up, but he said that I stand with our players and where they stand. Whether or not they wanted to go to the White House is, their decision. I would have loved for them to go to the White House just so they could open up a dialogue possibly and, sit and talk about the different points of views. But if they decide not to go to the White House, then I stand with
That's
our
100%
guys.
they're right.
And I love the way that he phrased that because he's saying that he would have loved for them to go to the White House still. And, whether he's just putting in that part about opening up a dialogue to save face or whatever, that's fine. But the fact that you're standing behind the guys that your guys, these guys are putting money in your pocket.
Yep.
And Donald Trump just came at babyface assassin, two-time MVP,
Two-time
future Hall
NBA
of-
champion.
future Hall of Famer.
Broke his own record
And,
multiple times now.
he'll break it again this year,
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure. I'm sure he will. But
as he goes for his 3rd ring in 4 years.
My goodness.
So,
But, I mean, so he comes
he went after the most likable guy in sports.
In sports? I'm not ready to say it in sports. It's a close call.
The least problematic
Definitely
guy in sports. I'll
Mike
put
Trout.
it that way.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout ain't ever been on carpool karaoke.
Not yet.
Mike Trout ain't gonna get on carpool karaoke.
Why not?
Because baseball
It's
players
the
don't have
middle
the
of the
visibility.
season.
They don't have the visibility that
Yeah,
Steph Curry has.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. But
Steph
okay,
Curry, the dullest
okay.
dude when it comes to commercials, but he got 10 of them.
he ain't dull. Well,
In
that
his commercials,
one
he
commercial he
is.
got where he driving and all he's doing is talking and
When
like Riley's draw the.
that one's cute, but that's
It's
'cause he got
cute,
his
but
daughter
him
in it.
talking is just
But
so
like
dull.
the degree commercial, boring.
And all his
All of them are
commercials-
boring.
Yeah, they are. I
They're
love
so
Steph
boring,
though,
but-
because I feel like he's not boring as a person.
He's probably not. Like I
I
said,
don't
he was
think
on
he is.
carpool karaoke. He
And
killed
he
it.
Killed it.
He killed
But
it.
okay, so just getting off the rails here a little bit.
Least
but,
problematic guy in sports. Donald Trump attacked him.
But real quick, if seeing as that you do know Mike Trout and you do know he's pretty visible, very visible to you.
Yeah.
Is it a close race at that point? Because I think Mike Trout is absolutely a lovable.
I think
character.
so, but he doesn't have the
Just doesn't have a
marketability,
family.
the visibility.
I think he does though. The baseball fans.
But that's the thing. Baseball
And
is
that's
like the
that's
third
what I'm
least,
saying.
or the
That's what I'm
third
saying
most popular
to you.
sport in the
That's what I'm
country
saying
now.
to you. If you've got
Sure,
one.
I'd put him in everything, but I love baseball. I mean, like I will put him on everything. He
Like
would be on every video game cover, every pair of shoes. Like yes, Mike
feel like
Trout
you're
would be
misunderstanding
the
what I'm
face
saying.
of
That's
baseball
cool.
if
I think he
baseball
is.
mattered more.
I think he is now, but I agree with you that Steph's definitely got a lot more visibility. But anyway, Donald Trump came at Steph Curry.
After Steph Curry poo-pooed him and didn't want to go to the White House anyways.
Because that's the first time anybody's ever not wanted to go to the White House after winning the championship.
False.
You know?
Lots of Patriots didn't want.
Sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Grow up.
My bad.
Come
I told
on, man.
you didn't.
Michael Bennett's never gone to the Super Bowl. I mean, the White House.
He's definitely been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he's never gone to the White House.
Even when Barack was there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Vince Wilfork.
Okay.
Vince Wilfork never went.
Vince Wilfork might be a Trump voter though. That dude country.
He is country, but I mean, whether he is or not, he never went to the White House. It was just a personal decision. I feel like it's always a personal decision. If you don't want to go, then don't go. It's fine.
I was gonna say, like I said, lots of Patriots last year, didn't go. Tom Brady wasn't there.
Avid Trump supporter.
Yep, wasn't there.
He wasn't even there. So why didn't he lose his?
Why wasn't
Why didn't he lose his invitation?
Yeah.
Not that I give a damn. Take it.
You know what? Now you got a day off when you're in Washington.
How do you have an invitation to something that you weren't going to go to? How can somebody revoke that invitation?
They can't.
Something that you weren't going to go to.
That's what makes this guy look like a fucking child.
I just don't get it.
It's like if the girl you like in elementary school doesn't want your Valentine's Day card, and then you take it back, you just look even worse.
You just look dumb. I ain't want to give you the Valentine's Day card anyway.
I'm going to give it to Susie.
It's like, nah, man. You was definitely going to give that to Sarah. You was definitely going to give it to Sarah. Sarah said no, and now you can't take it back.
And Susie watched you take it away from Sarah, and Susie don't want it either.
Now you just got a Valentine's Day card with
your
the
mom
name
is going to ask you how come you didn't give it out.
And now it's got Susie over it, and now you just look dumb.
And your mom's going to make fun of you when you get home.
Very true.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Where are we at? The NBA?
I forgot.
The NBA still? All right, so yes.
Oh, and LeBron. Did we talk about LeBron coming out and saying what he said?
Let's get to that one.
LeBron called him a bum. Rightfully so.
Yeah. It was... Hold on, let me... I'm going to find a tweet. I want to read it right here on these airwaves.
Oh, I want to find that Twitter.
Everybody's seen it at this point.
Yeah, he said, you bum Steph Curry. And after that, I kind of left because I was just like, when I read "you bum," I was like, "Oh, LeBron!" It was
you bum at Stephen Curry 30 already said he ain't going, so therefore ain't no invite. Going to the White House was a great honor until you showed up.
Bow.
LeBron James has 38.4 million followers.
38.4 million at least saw that tweet.
Yeah, that's just a ballpark. 45,000 people replied to this, so you know more than that have seen it. And then there's people down here really flaming him in his comments. I didn't read those, but I will later.
I didn't either. I don't care to read comments.
Reading comments because it shows you how petty some people can be.
But like, I already know people are that petty. I already know people are that racist. I already know people are that idiotic. So why do I need to read it?
I like seeing
things don't change, and I don't see things changing dramatically in my lifetime, so I don't need to keep reaffirming that people are still stupid. You know what I mean?
It's so funny though. I really think it's hilarious.
It just makes me mad.
I cannot get over how stupid these people are. LeBron was not the only prominent athlete to step up in support of Steph Curry's decision not to go, or the only athlete to come out and roast Donald Trump for saying.
Because he's done so many things, like we said, in these last 48 hours regarding sports. So, he's been hitting a lot of, I don't know, not platforms. I'm gonna stop talking.
Anyways, Rex Ryan.
So what?
A self-admitted Trump supporter.
I'm sorry.
Not just a Trump voter. Came out and said this morning that he's pissed off by the things Trump said. I don't know why it took you, 18 months of campaigning and damn near a year of the dude being in office to come out and say you're pissed off about some of the things he said.
Because he didn't say anything
that affected
Rex
previously.
Because everything he said before, Rex can dodge. But now he's coming to football. Now he's making it sports related. He's talking about football players.
It wasn't like Donald Trump called out people that have foot fetishes.
Yeah.
So Rex had every reason to support him.
Dumb quarterback tattoos, so I mean, of course, Rex wasn't feeling them shots.
Rex,
but now you're talking about football players. That's talking about Rex Ryan. So now he's gonna be offended.
And I've been thinking about
Rex. He's been offending everybody.
I've been thinking about coaches lately, like, well, since the other day.
Right.
I've been thinking about these coaches. A lot of them are white.
Very true.
A lot of them coach, especially in the NBA and NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They coach predominantly black teams.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Kerr came out last year, and stood in defense of his players. Pop was one of them. One of the Van Gundys, Jeff, the fat one, not Stan. Wait, is it Stan?
Stan is the fat one. Jeff is the skinny one.
So the fat one.
I feel like Jeff said the same thing.
Probably
because he's the analysis. He's the analyst.
The analyst. Oh,
he's
see?
the analyst.
Some big words.
He's the analyst. I gotta say something, man. I got to.
Anyways, the video stopped recording, so I don't know what's going on.
What happened?
It just stopped.
Just now?
Yes, it just stopped. But anyways,
cool.
The coaches, I like seeing that from them.
Right.
Yes, Rex was a little too late. It's probably your video or your memory. Probably, I don't know.
No, because it would have said that. But that's not important. Anyway.
I like that the coaches come out and say something publicly in retort to the stupidity that spews out of Donald Trump's mouth on a daily basis.
Right.
Like I was saying on Twitter, there's a serious problem in this country when it comes to race. The people that choose to ignore it are just as bad as the people who,
are
perpetuate it.
Into it.
Yeah. And propagate this fucking racism. Stop, man. Just cut it out. I'm no better than you. You are damn sure no better than me just because your skin is lighter. I don't sunburn. Black don't crack.
Black people do get sunburned. I've never gotten sunburned.
Never experienced it.
Apparently it's a thing. LOL.
I mean, like, let's stop acting like we're simply better than somebody because, you were born one shade or another.
If anything, we got it. I mean,
right?
We better at sports.
Closer to the equator.
We cooler. Let's be real. Black people just cooler. Just naturally, black people are cooler.
And it's been that way since, society started.
The beginning of time.
Yeah. I mean, jazz music. Black man.
Black man.
R&B.
Black man.
Black people.
Hip-hop.
Black people. And I don't want to make this seem like this show is pro-black, anti-white, because that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for me. Me personally, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Shut up, Ricky. I have a white mother. I have a black father. I have family on both sides of the color spectrum.
So?
And everywhere in between.
You can have family on both sides of the color spectrum and still tell them that white people
but being anti-white
suck.
But being anti-white doesn't solve anything.
You don't have family members that are anti-black?
Yes, one of them lives here.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So you can definitely still love your family for the people they are, but still say that white people are just
they're the cause of the problem. I'll put it like
Very
that.
true. Very true. There it is. Boom.
This show is going to be universally hated. This episode.
Probably. But hey, if you ain't polarizing, then who cares?
Exactly. If you don't say dumb shit, how do you ever get to become president?
Yeah.
And we only got the biggest dreams on this show.
Yeah,
we
trying to make it.
Presidential podcast ever.
We trying to make it.
Anyways, okay, so we've talked about. We really rushed through everything. I feel like
I didn't mean to.
It happens because we're so passionate about.
Just flew out.
Colin Kaepernick obviously now has.
I'm sorry.
Weight to his.
I'm sorry. Can we please talk about the fact that Ray Lewis is kneeling with the Ravens? He knelt with the Ravens today.
Yes. Ray Lewis a couple weeks ago, or maybe a little bit longer than that.
It's been about a month, I feel like.
It was around when not spring training, but when training camp started.
Training, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, when NFL training camp started, preseason games were about to kick off.
Yeah, so
Ray Lewis came out and said, Colin Kaepernick this, Colin Kaepernick that.
Right.
Basically criticizing everything Colin Kaepernick has done. There was some, a little bit of controversy based on some comments he made in relation to the Ravens being interested in Colin Kaepernick's services. And he kind of seemed like he was on the establishment side. You know, not on Colin Kaepernick's side, as a black man, as someone who, you know, doesn't have the cleanest track record.
No.
And then
He's got a
today,
little red on his ledger.
yeah, and then today he comes out and he kneels with the Ravens as if he's in support
Of Colin Kaepernick. I mean, and I know that the kneeling thing is not a Colin Kaepernick thing.
No.
It is what Colin's kneeling for. It is what everybody else is kneeling for. Nobody is kneeling because of Colin Kaepernick. I absolutely get that. But for Ray Lewis to come out and do the exact same thing that he criticized Colin Kaepernick for doing, in my opinion, is absolutely ridiculous. And
cowardly.
Ray Lewis is an idiot, and I just don't know what
That was
to
a
say.
guy that I feared, respected, admired.
I loved him when he was playing football. Go put a helmet back on because I don't need to hear you
I don't
speak.
care about your analysis. I don't give a shit about your politics or anything anymore.
I absolutely loved the
I
dude
don't know
when he was playing football,
I don't know
man.
what side of the fence you're on anymore.
Somebody hit him with a camera flash.
So
Did you see what Jamel Hill said?
no,
She said somebody hit Ray Lewis with that camera flash.
that's probably what it was. That's exactly what it was. If you haven't seen Get Out at this point, go see it immediately. But no, man, that shit, it really bugs me. It really does. Like, I kneeled last year at a Braves game
Very true.
during the national anthem.
Very true.
You know, I've never wavered on my support for Colin Kaepernick. I've never been anything but pro Colin Kaepernick since the motherfucker was in the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
I have rooted for this dude for years. I'm not gonna stop because, you know, he wants to stand up for what's right. I'm not gonna switch that. He's not doing anything wrong. He never hurt anybody. He offended the soft people in this country by doing it. That's
in my opinion, he offended the racists in this country because
that's a better way to put it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not about being soft or being sensitive. What is he doing that is really keeping you from enjoying the national anthem or standing for the national anthem or watching a football game, which is what you're doing anyway? Because I love to hear people, you know, complain about it that are sitting at home watching the game.
Like,
what the hell are they doing?
See it.
What the hell are you doing? No, what are you doing when the national anthem's on your TV?
Taking a pee,
sitting down, drinking a beer.
Sometimes taking a poop. You know, I do everything but pay attention to the national anthem.
Pay attention to the national anthem. Loud on the TV.
Phone.
It's on the TV.
Yep.
I hear it, but you think I'm paying attention to it?
When I'm at sporting events, lately.
I stand up. Well, okay, lately,
last year,
but before that,
I don't care to stand for the national anthem. I did it when I was in Nashville. I think I got a couple dirty looks because Hannah was like, her eyes were darting around us. Hell, when I went to the Gwinnett Gladiators game, I sat down during it.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we sat down.
I'm not standing for it anymore.
We sat down because I took that picture of you while I was sitting at the table.
Drinking more beer. National anthem.
Not caring about
it's beer time to me now.
And it sucks, man, because before Colin felt like this was how he would protest this, which I'm perfectly fine with and agree with, I was standing for those national anthems while I was at sporting events. Mm-hmm. But it still wasn't important enough for me to take it that serious when I'm at home watching something.
And, dude, I see that shit all the time. It's, you know, there's people on Facebook, Twitter, you name it. Oh, well, I stand and I damn near cry every time I hear it. I'm like,
I love seeing that because you're idiot. You're stupid.
You really think we believe that, bud?
Nobody believes it. Nobody.
Really? Nikki said that shit one day.
She did. I was with. Oh my God.
Nikki said it one day. I was like, no, you don't. You're usually in the kitchen fixing Bubba a plate because he told you to. Like, you're not, like, that's not a knock on Nikki. She's a great person.
Yeah.
But she's never in the 4 years I've known her and watched football with her, she ain't been moved to fucking tears over the national anthem.
She probably ain't even paying attention half the time because she's talking
or she's got her face in her
drinking. Phone. Yeah, any of those.
Like,
I have plenty of plenty of family that have been in service, you know, all this other stuff, and have served our country. And I don't know if I told you or if you even know, my dad and my uncles, they're not watching football. this year. They haven't seen a single game.
In support or?
I mean, yeah.
In support of Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah.
All right.
Because I know Granny's not watching.
Yeah, Granny says she's not watching.
She's not watching for. It's like
the opposite.
It's
exactly.
weird. It's weird. That's weird. But yeah, of course they're not watching in support of Colin Kaepernick because they feel like if he doesn't have a job, not necessarily that he's starting, but if he don't have a
he's
job,
not even on a roster.
Yeah,
man. We are 4
ridiculous.
weeks into the season, or 3 weeks starting today, right?
Starting today, 3 weeks.
This is the 3rd week of the NFL season, and maybe it's too late for him to come in and learn an offense well enough to start.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Why is he not an injury replacement?
Should have had a job by now.
Why is he not on a practice squad at the very least?
But yeah, they haven't watched a single game, and Uncle Stanley, Uncle Boo served in the military.
That's the thing. This protest was never a kick to the nuts for the military.
Because those people that
he came out and said it himself. This is not about the military.
He
this
spoke
is about
to people that were in the military.
And that's the thing, man. Colin Kaepernick has put his fucking
He's
money
covered
where
all
his
his
mouth
bases.
is.
He's covered all his bases. There's no better way for him to protest this protest
than by being charitable.
Than what he was doing. While he was in the NFL, there was no better way for him to do it than what he was doing. Yeah. He was talking to people that were in the military saying, hey, how can I do this to make sure that you aren't offended by, me protesting? Because if you remember, at first he was just sitting down.
Yeah.
And then the guy told him, he was like, hey, man, just take a knee.
Yeah.
Which is a very,
it's a
thing.
All throughout sports,
You take a knee.
Baseball players
it's a respectful thing.
Yeah.
When somebody gets hurt, people take a knee. It's a thing. You're taking a knee.
In between NFL plays, you see all the defensive linemen on their knee. Just because they're usually tired. Most of them overweight.
But, that's a sport thing.
Yeah.
So, for him to still not have a job.
And since he's left the NFL.
Lost his job, he's still out giving suits to people getting out of jail.
He took water and food to Africa. He's donated
ridiculous.
Money to charity after charity. Trying to further their causes. He's not out here just being a spoiled millionaire, as he was referred to in an argument I had earlier. He is taking it upon himself to do good in his community and in communities that don't represent, or that he doesn't represent or didn't represent. He's done everything you could ask someone to do as far as, sincere philanthropy goes.
Right.
And it is frustrating that the man doesn't have respect from most people in this country. A job in a league where a couple years ago, dude was in a Super Bowl. Yeah. And after that, they blew the team up and took his talent away.
Earned his way to the Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
He came in, and I don't think Alex Smith deserved to lose his job, but it was kind of hard not to let Colin Kaepernick.
You gotta ride the hot hand.
Yeah. And Alex Smith's doing well right now. Trust me, don't worry about it.
He's gonna have a job after this year too. So, and one thing I really like about that's happened recently, Aaron Rodgers has supported Colin Kaepernick.
Aaron Rodgers has come out and said he should have a job. Tom Brady came out and said
arguably the greatest.
Holy dick.
The greatest quarterback we've ever seen, arguably.
Oh my God.
Shut up, I got it. Arguably the greatest quarterback we've ever seen has now come out and also said he should have a job.
Don't miss. You were missing.
I got him, bro. He dead now.
He did AF. But yeah. So to see those high profile quarterbacks #white players.
Yeah, I think that's bigger than the high profile shit.
Well, high-profile white players. Yeah. If it was high-profile black players, as we've seen, that's not really getting you anywhere.
No, that's
or
why
even low-profile white players is not. But even low-profile white players aren't getting the response that is needed to kind of make a change.
You're right, because nobody's going to be like, oh, Alex Smith said he supports Colin Kaepernick. Right. I'm not going to watch the Chiefs anymore.
Right.
I did see people, flaming Tom Brady and oh well, you're a cheater and you're a race traitor. What?
I don't even get how that's a thing. Because he supports.
That means he doesn't like white people.
He didn't even necessarily say that he supports Colin Kaepernick. All he said was the dude should definitely have a job.
Mm-hmm.
And people that don't see that, First of all, I question your football knowledge, and if your football
If you
knowledge
don't-
is
yeah.
sound, then I have nothing to do but resort to believing that you're a racist.
Yeah.
That's it. If you have good football knowledge and you still don't believe that Colin Kaepernick should have a job, then what? Come on, man.
Colin Kaepernick was benched for Blaine Gabbert, and then he got his job back last year. Like, Blaine Gabbert was a worse quarterback than Colin Kaepernick was. Yeah, I get it. There was a hefty price tag attached to Colin Kaepernick if there was going to be a trade done. Yes, he also opted out. Why would he want to stay somewhere where, the franchise didn't stand by him as he protested last year? They didn't stand by him on the field.
He was out on his own last year.
Yeah, he was by himself. So why would he have stayed?
Yeah, he was all alone last year.
This was a guy last year with 2,221 yards, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 90.7, a completion percentage of almost 60%.
Jobless.
Yep. That doesn't register with me. That doesn't make sense. It never will. No. We've seen way worse quarterbacks
play it entire
games.
Seasons.
Yep.
But
I could name 5 right now with jobs.
Joe Flacco,
Jed Hoyer, or whatever his name is, Brian Hoyer. Jed Hoyer is
Oh, did you see Brian Dozier get a Little League home run yesterday?
No,
off a bunt?
No, I did not, but I'm gonna look that up now. Well, after I find the Colin Kaepernick stats.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just
I want to see how many games he played last year.
I think he played like 14, 12, 13, 14, something like that.
Minus, 2 occasions last year. Minus 2 games. The one where they were in Chicago, it was really, really cold and like rain. It was like that wintry rain, where it wasn't snow, but it wasn't fully rain. He had a bad game, and he was benched. But he's played on the West Coast his entire career. Very rarely does he have to play in elements like that. Not a lot of quarterbacks do succeed.
Right.
2016-17 NFL MVP Matt Ryan has also had those games where,
right.
Until last year, he wasn't the best quarterback on the road.
That's very true.
There were multiple occasions where Matt Ryan would be in an open-air environment and throw 4 interceptions.
Where the weather just didn't work with his talent level. That's very true. People hate to admit that, but Matt Ryan was not great. He left a lot to be desired when he had to go outdoors and play football.
Very regularly, So, like I said, minus that one particular example, I think there may have been a game against like the Rams or something last year where he may have struggled. This is a quarterback that, has 2,300 rushing yards in his career, so obviously he's very dangerous with his legs. He's got double-digit touchdowns on the ground in his career.
How many games did he play last year?
He only played 12.
Yeah. So he did 2,200 in 12 games. That's not bad.
With another 500 on the ground.
Yeah.
And 2 touchdowns rushing, so. Yeah. Dude should definitely have a job. You're seeing a lot more of the protests come out. Like you said earlier, Pittsburgh, they're not going to participate in any anthem celebration or festivities.
Celebration.
That's what people are treating it like.
Looks like you need to stop using words, Cody.
No, that's what people want to treat it like. Like it's something to be celebrated.
The Steelers are going to stay in the locker room.
Which, why is that not a thing anyways?
Yeah. Apparently it used to be until 9/11 happened. And people started coming out.
And that's a horrible tragedy, That's an awful tragedy.
It's about time we let it go.
Yeah, and I get it,
And I'm waiting. I would pray for somebody to hear me say, let 9/11 go, and tell me to let slavery go. Or everybody should let slavery go. I would love for somebody that is...
this country ain't been attacked since.
Yeah.
And black people still experience racism on a regular basis.
Every single day. Every day.
Every damn day. So, yeah. It was a horrible, horrible tragedy what happened on September 11th.
Very true.
But at the same time, like I said, the country ain't been attacked since.
Not yet.
It's coming, but
North Korea
yeah,
coming.
it's coming.
Again, if they send a bomb, what can I do about it?
You ain't stopping
I can't
it.
stop it. So it is what it is. I'm gonna keep living my life. Keep letting this president that we have give us material for shows and just golden tweets. Because I have so many tweets at the ready to just call him an idiot.
In 9 games in 2015, he still put up fucking. He still had a better touchdown to interception ratio. He had 1,600 yards in 9 games. So just under 200 a game from a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, just under. He's not bad, man.
He's not bad enough to be jobless.
He's definitely good enough to have a job somewhere. It's obvious why he doesn't have a job, but
yeah, they've made it abundantly clear why.
It's obvious why he doesn't have a job, but maybe seeing a few of these NFL owners come out and kind of speak against what Donald Trump's saying, maybe that'll open up some doors for him.
I definitely think so. I thought that Jacksonville would have fit, especially with all the rumors early this preseason with Blake Bortles not being that good, not being able to complete passes in practice, throwing pick sixes in practice.
The coach saying, I want him to throw as little as possible.
Yeah, like
that's bad. When your coach comes out and says that,
why not sign him then?
Yeah.
So what? You'll have 1,000 less people show up to your mostly empty stadium
they selling out.
Yeah, they just spent millions of dollars to renovate and put pools in that stadium. And they don't sell it out.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, and they still don't sell it out.
A second. Let's talk about how cool that is.
It's amazing.
How awesome would it be if
we both love stadiums with water features. I get it, but
I get it.
They're not selling out.
I get it.
So who cares if you offend the Jacksonville Jaguars fan base? That fan base has been the subject of relocation talks.
Your football play has been offensive enough for all these years. Okay?
You're offending my eyes. How about you get some real talent in there?
I don't think you need to worry about the product you necessarily put on the field as far as Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. He's not gonna hurt that.
He's not hurting.
Real quick, because I feel like we're gonna get lost in this, but I do want to shout out to Brandon Maxwell from the Oakland A's. I absolutely love the fact that we took it into baseball now, and it needs to be more widespread. Like, it can't be just the NFL that's kneeling like this. I know that I love the fact that the NBA a couple years ago, it was Chris Paul, Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron. They came out of the ESPYs and did their thing. I love that. The NBA is obviously pro not equal opportunity, but just equal rights. And are against these injustices. I absolutely get that. But we all know that the MLB is a predominantly white sport. It is
it's like 7.5% black.
It's so
very, very small amount of black people.
It's very easy for. I can understand why it would, quote unquote, be a little bit more difficult for those prominent black players in the MLB to come out and say something without trying to be offensive in fear of losing their job and their livelihood. I absolutely get that. But for Brandon Maxwell, a rookie catcher, he's not doing anything at this point. I'm pretty sure he was probably a September call-up.
Yeah, he's hit like 244 in 71 games or something like that. So he's not great. He's not a can't-miss prospect.
He's got a lot to lose.
Yeah.
He's got a lot to lose. But for him to come out
something he's worked hard to get to.
For him to come out and say that the injustices that are going on in this country are much more important to me right now than my potential shot being an MLB catcher, I absolutely love it. And we need more people like that in that sport, I feel like. And maybe, like you said earlier, it opens up the door.
Bruce Maxwell.
It's Bruce. I felt like Brandon wasn't right. It just seemed like it was too long. But hopefully it opens the door for more people, like you said earlier, to, speak out about it and do what they need to do. I mean, if we all got to take a damn knee before a game, I don't care. Something's got to happen, though. Something's got to change.
Bruce Maxwell said the only way we can come together is by informing. To single out NFL players for doing this isn't something we should be doing. I felt it should be a little bit more broad. Exactly what Ricky said. His teammate Chris Davis came out and said he's very courageous. I respect his decision. He's just exercising his rights as an American. Apparently, he had a profane response to the president's comments on Instagram. And I quote, "Our president speaks of inequality of man because players are protesting the anthem. Expletive this man. Seriously on the highest platform for our country, expressing that it is okay for there to be division of man and rights." On Twitter, he was more circumspect. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see, where are those stats at? I just want your stats. That article referred to him as African American. Didn't say mixed or anything. But if you said he's mixed,
he is African American. I think he's mixed though. I'm not, 100% sure.
He definitely had some African American facial features.
Yeah, I think he's mixed.
Wide
but
nose, breathing all the white man's air. That's from like Boondocks. I'm sorry, Uncle Ruckus came out. That shit was so funny.
That was awful.
You know Uncle Ruckus was hilarious. Yeah, you do.
I never said that.
Whatever. Alright, so we spent 40 minutes talking about race division in this country.
Race talk snacks. Race talk snacks. Gotta give me some race talk snacks. Gonna get super uncomfortable.
I feel like most people that listen to our show won't get it. It's funny for
that's
us.
That's a problem for them then.
Yeah, it's funny for us.
Guys, you gotta watch New Girl. You gotta watch New Girl. There's that plug. Fox, I expect my check.
Yeah. Reimburse me for all the time I've spent watching it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 256 career. 297 at bats. So, not awful.
Not awful.
Not
better than Dansby did this year.
Yeah. Better than, Dan Ugla, who was making millions of dollars.
Why bring up Dan? For what?
Because I hate him.
Okay. Can we move on now?
Anytime I can take a shot at him, I will.
Okay. Can we move on now?
Yeah. All right. And so that's his career average is 256. But 244 hitter in 71 games. So I know what I'm talking about sometimes. All right. So in other sports news, I don't think, did we talk about Serena having her kid?
Nah, we didn't.
Congrats to Serena Williams.
I'm upset about it. Yes, congrats to Serena, but
she seemed really excited on Twitter the other day.
She seems very excited, and I can't wait for her to get back on the court.
Yeah.
On the tennis court. But she does seem very excited to be a mother.
Outside of that, the Predators have started playing hockey again.
They have.
They've lost 2 out of the 3 preseason games.
They also have.
I'll tell you what, as long as we can escape the preseason with no more injuries, I don't care what our record is.
You shouldn't. Yeah. Not in the preseason.
Like it's been cool because I think we lost the last one 3-1, but the other 2 were pretty close. And we're really just trying to see which rookies are going to fill those holes in the roster.
Yeah. I think the one you won was 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
I get the updates.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because it was in overtime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shout out to Mika Salamaki because he barely played last year, and he was supposed to be pretty key for us as far as depth went, and we hardly saw him. So,
just curious to see what's going on. Yeah.
Let's see what happens in Detroit.
Detroit's locking arms. I saw Matthew Stafford and the rest of his guys locked arms. I feel like it's the same way over on the Atlanta side.
Who's that?
Who knows? Rico Lavelle. Who is Rico Lavelle?
Yep, locked arms. Had a boy,
Arthur Blank. See, Donald Trump has messed up, man.
I knew
Donald Trump messed up because, and my dad said it.
Who that white lady?
Probably the owner's wife. Cool. But my dad said it. He said, now Donald Trump's coming at the owner's money.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these guys that were supporting him. Because who's he gonna fire? Who are these owners gonna fire? The black players? Okay. What kind of product you gonna put on the field?
Tell me what the Falcons do without Julio, Devontae Freeman.
Nothing.
Trufant.
Nothing.
Robert Alford.
It's bad, man. Dude done messed up.
Vic Beasley.
Well,
Frank McKinley.
I hope every single game does the same thing. I hope every single game does this. That'd be awesome.
It would. I think that that's a good point, man. You definitely can't come after these owners' money.
No.
Like, we've seen these owners make really stupid decisions based on money.
Yeah. Hey, Donald Trump.
They don't care.
Hey, Donald Trump. You not going to be able to mess with their money. Like, I know they are supporters of you, quote unquote.
Some
but
of them, not all.
Yeah, not all. I apologize. Yeah. I know not all owners are supporting Donald Trump. But once you start messing with, like, their product, that's how they feed their family. Mm-hmm. So you're telling them to fire people and get rid of them, the players' livelihoods. But now you're messing with their livelihoods. Now you messing with, I can't afford that third jet I got.
Yep.
You know,
they gonna come repossess my yacht.
Yeah, it's no, bro, we ain't doing that. Mm-hmm. So it's funny. But do we have anything to talk about that's like sports related?
I got a couple things actually. I started making a show yesterday.
Yeah.
Before the Trump stuff, Friday.
Sorry, we got
the Braves are bringing back Kurt Suzuki
for a year. Yes, I can't wait.
Solid move.
And hitting 2 home runs in a game probably is what made them say, "All right, let's go ahead and make this deal happen."
They've been talking about it for weeks.
I believe.
So they were probably just a little bit far.
But that 2 home run thing though probably got him that extra kicker that he was wanting.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
but my dad asked me, and I know they got a team option on Tyler Flowers for next year. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they pick that up. I don't see why they wouldn't. But my dad asked me, do I think that those 2 guys are good enough catchers for us to compete? And I said, for a division-winning team, yeah, I think they could be the catchers. If you look at the production they had this year, you tell me why they wouldn't be.
Oh, I wouldn't disagree.
You know what I mean?
I think that I wouldn't say they're going to be long-term solutions.
They are not our long-term fix.
If they're ready to compete, if they make a couple moves and they're ready to compete next year, Tyler Flowers and Kurt, they're fine.
I think so too.
We don't have a lot of catcher depth in the system.
No.
It's
I just can't wait for Alex Jackson, that Freitas guy.
Yeah,
but he's a lot older.
Yeah, he's going to be a lot like J.C. Boscan was. And I don't think you know who J.C. Boscan was, but he had been in the Braves system for 10 years and never made it past AAA for more than 15 games in the majors.
Yeah.
And then now he's in like Japan or something. Yeah. Wow. He was well into his 30s, still playing minor league.
But catchers. I know we got Alex Jackson, and it's one more guy that's in AA, I believe. Who he won like Player of the Week towards the end of the season. Dang it, I can't remember his name. I'll look it up.
Okay, but we'll get back to that. Other things in sports. Oh, I read an article while I was in the shower today that I wanted to discuss. The San Francisco baseball Giants are not really looking great, right?
Yeah.
One of the worst teams in baseball this year, surprisingly.
Very true.
This was a team that we thought had a chance at the World Series last year when October began. They obviously lost in that wild card game to the Mets.
Right.
And then this year, they made some moves in the offseason, brought in Mark Melancon as their closer. He hadn't really done much. Mm-hmm. Madison Bumgarner was out early in the season for a while.
Long time, yeah.
And the rest of those pieces just really haven't impressed or done a whole lot. But the article I read from FanRagSports.com discussed what if they blew it up.
It might have been William Contreras. But you blow it up, and who are the guys that you know you're keeping?
Buster, Brandon Crawford,
Mad Bum. No?
Mad Bum was one of the pieces that they were talking about getting rid of.
Wow.
Still under team control. Again, this is just FanRag Sports. This isn't a statement from the Giants or anything.
Right.
But,
you're going to get a lot back.
Mad Bum is a top 5 pitcher in the National League.
Easily.
Top 10 hitter in the National League.
For pitchers.
Nope.
No. I'm not letting you have that. I'm not going to let you do that.
When he steps on the field, he's got the best bat, bar none, out of all 18 that are playing that day.
Shut up. Anyway.
Not even close.
I agree, Buster Brandon, but you can't get rid of an ace like Mad Bum, I feel like.
If you're rebuilding, why not?
Because you need pitching, and Mad Bum is still young.
But if you're rebuilding,
which everybody forgets. Everybody forgets. Mad Bum is young.
26 or 28 or something like that.
So by the time Mad Bum doesn't seem like to me the kind of guy that just wants to quit or wants a quote unquote easy way out.
No.
Which a trade to a contender might be looked at by. He might look at a trade to a contender like an easy way out, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Giants, I'm sure they would sit down and talk to him.
That's an early shot downfield there, Matt. Don't start making mistakes, dude.
I'm sure when they sit down and talk to him, they're not going to tell him, or the plan isn't to be rebuilding for 8 years. You know,
Sure.
they're probably planning to rebuild for 3 at the longest.
You can.
I feel like Mad Bum would.
From what certain teams have showed lately, you can complete a rebuild in 3 years.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
The Astros have done it. Cubs have
Braves
done
are-
it. The Braves are in the
1
process.
year from
You can
doing
complete a
it. Yeah.
rebuild in 3
years. Right. So that's what
There
I'm
is
saying.
no more, 10, 15-year drought window,
Right. So
except for the Pirates, because they
they
just could never really get good.
yeah, I don't really get what's going on in
They had-
Pittsburgh, but
God, I can't even begin to describe the kind of talent they had. and-
just went to the wayside.
Yeah, I mean, now they've wasted most of Kutch's best years. Starling Marte can't lay off the juice. I mean, that's going to waste Gregory Polanco's prime years. And if Josh Bell somehow doesn't pan out, we've seen Garrett Cole can't really stay healthy for a full season.
Which is sad
It
because
is,
I like
because
Garrett
he is
Cole.
a power pitcher
I like
that I
Garrett
would
Cole.
love to have on my team. But
Yeah.
back to Mad Bum. The article says, best fit, take a guess.
Atlanta?
Yep. We've got the currency to go get them. We've got the pieces, or we've been looking for a top of the line starter. Top of the rotation starter for like a year now,
All right.
and he fits that bill
He does, definitely.
without a doubt.
And he pushes Julio back into that second spot that we've
Which
been
probably
saying that
makes him
is-
more comfortable.
Right. That being said, though, I'm not going
Julio's
against
turned
what
it
we're
on
saying.
in the last-
He's definitely turned
Yeah,
it
he's
on.
definitely better lately than he
His
was
last 6
before the
starts.
start or before the All-Star
Well,
break.
going into yesterday, and he had a quality start yesterday. I think
Mhm.
he went 7, gave up 2. But going into yesterday, his last 5 starts, he was 4-1 with a 2.25 ERA. That's Julio. That's what I've been wanting. You know what I mean? But that being said, if we can get somebody like a Mad Bum back on up Julio, get this second day start,
Yeah,
you know,
I would
That'd
be
be
all for
awesome,
it.
though.
Like I said, he's one
if
of
we
the
can find
best
some way
players
to
in the
do it,
league.
go for it.
There's only 2 players I'm not coming off of as far as prospects go. One of which I don't consider a prospect because he's handled himself extremely well since being called up, Ozzie Albies. The other one is Ronald Acuna.
Yep.
Other than that, if you want Kristen Pachi, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but if you want him, take him. If you want Max Fried or Soroka,
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Tukey?
take it. Yeah.
You give him Tukey?
I really want Tukey to come up though. I really like Tukey, so I'm a little bit hesitant about Tukey.
Also, I'm not coming off of Johan Camargo. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I would rather
That's cool.
I
respect you.
come off of a
I would.
Rio.
I would.
I would rather come off of a Rio.
I think
and
Rio
throw
probably has
Johan
lost
into
some
that.
of that trade stock.
I don't think he has the same trade stock
Like if
that
we
he
would have
once
moved him
had.
last year,
It would have been great.
yeah, that would have been awesome. But now, Johan's definitely the more valuable.
Oh God.
Like without a doubt, he's going to be the most valuable, one of the most valuable pieces we've got this off season,
Yeah.
depending on what we want to do with him. That's all I've got. People that support people of color out there, continue to stand on the side of righteousness. That's the only way we'll ever get anything done, is if we continue to grow. We need to expand exponentially. We need to recruit. You need to convert your friends and family that don't believe that people deserve equal rights. You know?
True.
Even if they're set in their ways, they're 75 years old and just don't want to move off of that. You got to do everything you can. Don't get into race discussions with people when you can't back up your argument either.
Please don't. I never do because
don't get into any argument if you can't back
any
it
kind
up.
of argument,
Like, if
because
you're
it
gonna
gets to the
lose,
point
don't
where
do
it gets to the point
Don't
where you're
Conor
throwing
McGregor
insults
yourself.
and you're throwing insults and you just sound angry.
Yeah.
And you sound bad.
Yeah. Like, if you can't back anything
An
up,
argument should never be personal,
no.
so don't make it personal.
No. But like I said, don't Conor McGregor yourself. Don't don't enter an arena you know next to nothing about.
Right.
People that aren't people of color.
I knew I should have put them in the lineup.
Don't pretend like your oppression is our oppression. Because you'll never get it. None of you.
Very true.
Don't
try to compare the struggles of a black man to the struggles of a
straight
poor,
white man.
Of a poor white man.
Yeah.
That's living in a trailer, that has had a rough life. It's not the same.
No.
I don't care what you say. It's not the same.
Your circumstances are more than likely self-inflicted. And this is not to be overgeneralizing or anything.
This is not saying that some of them aren't self-inflicted. This is not to say that all of black situations are not self-inflicted.
Yes, but
this is just saying that systematically
it's harder for black people to get ahead than it is for white people. Like I said, a lot of the circumstances that some of these, as you put it, poor white people want to compare to the struggle of people of color. Like I said, man, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself by, not going to school or by picking up meth.
That's a
like
that meth. I'm sorry. Okay.
They don't get that reference.
They don't get it. I'm sorry.
God.
I just keep seeing doors open.
Again, continue to fight the good fight, and the good fight is equal rights.
That's it.
That's all it boils down to.
I don't want to be better than anybody. I just want to be equal.
I want to be equal.
You.
I want us to have the same opportunities, the same footing. I don't want a leg up.
Right.
I don't want to be considered superior to you.
I really don't.
I just want to be equal with you. I want us to walk hand in hand, not you in front of me by a mile, because that's what it is now. You can come at me with your affirmative action or
boom,
or whatever you want to call it. You'll still never get it. So just if you're out there and you care about people and you claim to care about people, then
fix it.
Then fix it. Do something about it. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't do it though.
Go ahead. Hey, don't run it. I need you to throw it to Julio.
No, I got Devontae.
No, I need you. Thank you. Throw it. It's second down now. Throw it.
Nah, give him one more
or
chance.
You know what? I got Matt Bryant too. It's cool.
Give him one more chance.
I'll take 3 points.
Just run it.
Nope.
Devontae.
Don't do it. Put in Tevin Coleman.
Tevin Campbell.
Yeah, Tevin Campbell. My bad. All right, so that's all I've got, Ricky.
It is Tevin Coleman, isn't it?
It's Tevin Coleman.
Yeah.
Tevin Campbell's Can We Talk?
Yeah.
Man, we got to get an outro.
I wanted to make a
Can
joke
We
for
Talk
you.
would have been perfect after that.
Yeah.
You know how, like, producers on radio shows, they've always got, like, music queued up?
Yeah.
We got to do that.
We got to get somebody, man. That's what I'm saying. Fox, cut the check.
Yeah, we got expenses, guys. This podcast ain't free.
It absolutely
it is.
actually.
It's free as it gets.
Free
as always, you can send me hateful, racist things on Twitter at LameGretzky76. Rick?
As always, you can send me things at closing the gap. Ooh, I'm sorry. I almost gave away my fake profile.
Uh-oh.
Oh, how do we not talk about that? How do we not talk about that? No, I'm so upset. How did we not talk about that?
Because race was more important.
It was. I'm sorry. It was.
We
But
can't
once
put KD's fake Twitters
once
ahead
we-
of race, ahead of problems of men. They didn't get it.
You absolutely right. They didn't score?
Matt Ryan was walking off the field.
Did you hear that?
No.
But,
Wow. Okay, KD's
that was a
got
great
fake
joke,
Twitters.
though, right?
That was. God, KD's got fake Twitters and we ran an hour. Jesus Christ. Man.
Oh, KD, you suck, man.
Man,
you
KD,
suck.
I defended you so hard when you left OKC. I was your biggest fan for joining the Warriors. I knew they were unstoppable at that point. And now I kind of hope you find a way to lose 82 games this year.
That ain't gonna happen. There's no possible way.
He's so good, but
Yeah.
he is so soft.
He's just,
He has got to be one of the
Him
most
personally?
sensitive players in the NBA.
him personally, I absolutely cannot stand. But the dude,
I still love him to death.
The dude has an absolute gift for putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, he is a killer on the court, but a chihuahua puppy off the court. Just
Yeah,
Jesus.
They got
I'll
it.
take that touchdown then.
But Yeah, dude. And like first of all, the fact that he has a fake Twitter account just to clap back at fans and people and naysayers or whatever is pathetic in itself.
I would just do it from my personal.
Do it from your actual Twitter. What are they gonna do?
Get me suspended.
What is anybody gonna do? I
the
don't
worst
think
they
you'd
can
even
do
get
is report it.
Yeah, I don't think you're even gonna get suspended for having your personal thoughts on your Twitter. But second, the things you said were absolutely, it was sad, man, because it was even worse because it was coming from a quote-unquote fake profile instead of your own words. So you don't even want people to know how you actually think.
Yeah.
You're afraid of telling people the real deal, the real reasons why you left, and all this other stuff. He's sad. He's a sad person. I don't know what's wrong with KD, but something's wrong with it. Oh, me and my dad talk about it. Personally, I think he's way too close to his mom. I think him and his mom have a weirdly close relationship.
Maybe.
Like no grown man should be that close to his mom. His mom shouldn't be speaking for him right after he wins the finals and she's down on the court pretty much taking the interview. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. There's definitely a weird dynamic there, but I mean, we don't know what may or may not have happened growing up that made them so close. I mean, this is just about KD and his fake Twitter, not about the rest of his personal psychological issues.
It's about, but somebody has personal psychological issues to make a fake Twitter. So I'm trying to delve deeper into it.
We don't have enough time for that.
We don't.
If we had a 4-hour radio show,
we waited too long to talk about KD.
Yeah.
But everything we said before needed to be said, so that's not what I'm saying.
Well, I'm off 2 more days after this. If you want to record a follow-up where we just sit and delve into KD for 30 minutes.
It ain't that important to me.
Okay. But yes, KD, you really got to do better. That's dumbest boy in school. That's how we're going to close
get that one either, though.
But that's how we're going to close the show every day. Or every time we record. Not every day. But dumbest boy in school, it is the Battery's new version of Donkey of the Day.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
KD, you win it. And that was a hard task, seeing as how Donald Trump has put his ass in his mouth 2 days in a row.
No, yeah, I still got to give it to Donald Trump. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
KD did something real stupid, but I feel like what Donald Trump did was... Actually, I don't know. You might be right, because I don't know if I'm willing to give it to Donald Trump, only because it's backfiring on him so bad.
Yeah, his is backfiring. Like, KD made himself look like an ass and has done nothing.
Yeah. So I will give it to KD.
There is no recourse. You know, there's all you can do is say I did it or I didn't do it and be lying. Like, I mean, you got 2 choices.
Apparently, Draymond.
Draymond laughed in his face. And I can only imagine how that went. He was probably like, dude, I got my dick all over the internet, but at least it was mine.
It was mine, and everybody knew
Everybody knew because it came from me.
Yeah.
Like, there was no confusion.
It ain't like somebody took a picture of me
and was like, oh, look at Draymond dick, it's so big. Like, he put it out there himself. Like, he made his own mistake. Like, KD, you tried
to do better. There's nothing else to say about it.
KD, you might need to just take a break from Twitter, dude, because you had a busy off season.
I can almost guarantee, as soon as he got caught with that fake Twitter, he made another one.
Probably.
Just like another fake Twitter. Yep.
All right, I got 6 more email addresses. I can do this all day.
Yeah, all day.
They don't get it, Ricky.
They don't set me up.
They don't get these references.
Me up. You should not set me up.
Zoe Deschanel, Jake Johnson, Max Greenfield, Lamore Morris, Damon Wayans Jr., Hannah Simone, Zoe Deschanel. I already said Zoe.
You said so.
Who else am I forgetting? Outside Dave.
Yeah.
Any of you guys that listen to this show, if you ever hear it, I will be tweeting you on Twitter now. Please listen to it. All of you guys listen to it. We quote you guys all the time. I'm going to make sure I send them the link. All of them.
I definitely send it to Jake.
I'm going to send it to
Damon.
Jake.
I feel like Max isn't.
Max liked one of my tweets, though. So
yeah, send it.
I'm sending it.
I feel like
Lamorne still follows me on Twitter.
Does he?
Yes.
Yeah, send it to him too.
He's getting it. I'm about to DM him, though.
Okay. All right.
So, Lamorne,
Scott,
I'm
we
coming for you. You and the
sliding
bird
in
shirts.
here.
Like I said, as always, you can find me on Twitter at LameGretzky76.
As
Ricky,
always, you can find me at Twitter at Not Even Rich, or on Instagram. You can follow the Battery Podcast on Instagram. That is the same name.
Battery _podcast on Twitter, though.
Okay.
So, like I said, bring it on. Bring the hate, because we just going to block you anyway. So.
Nah, we not. We're going to have a conversation with you to make you look dumb. Then
And
we're
then
gonna
I'm going to block you. So,
We're gonna block
you guys have fun. We will be back soon. I'm going to go ahead and get this one uploaded right away, though.